Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Tuesday, May 21st, 2024. Let's find out what's going on the Forex economic calendar for today. We got the RBA meeting minutes from the Australian list at 3 o'clock, so we will definitely take a look at the Australian dollar today. German PPI prices are worse than expected. The forecast was 0.3%, the actual number is 0.2%, which is in line with the previous number of 0.2%. At 10 o'clock, the Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen will give a speech, and 20 minutes later, Fed Governor Kushner will give a speech as well. At 11 o'clock, we got data release from Eurozone in form of the trade balance, and 1 hour later, we got the CBI Industrial Trends orders from the UK. At noon, the Eurogroup meeting starts, and then we got, of course, the New York session. Data from the Canada, core CPI and CPI data are expected to be released at 2:30. Then we got the speeches from the FOMC member Williams and Bostic. At 4 o'clock, there's a scheduled release of the Global Daily Price Index from the New Zealand. At 7 o'clock, Governor Bailey will give a speech. He is from the Bank of England. And 10:30, we got the API weekly crude oil stock data. So pretty busy day. Some data from the Canada are scheduled for release, even so might be very interesting. So let's start with the technical review. We are going to take a look at the Euro dollar first. So for our chart of the Euro dollar, let's dive in and see what is going on here. As you can see, the last low was made at the level of 1.0836. Then we got this bounce, but we never so far crossed the level of 1.0895, which is the swing high. The bulls need to move higher in order to test this pink rectangle, which is of course the supply zone. We got another bearish engulfing here at the level of 1.0885. So we can copy this line and add it at the top of the move, right? So now we got the very well established range. Let me just make a rectangle here, and I will just show you the blue range for today. Any breakout higher or any breakout lower would definitely be very interesting from the point of view of the technical analysis, because out of this range, if we break to the downside, then we got this high from the May 3rd, 1.0813 to be tested, and if we go to the upside, then we of course 1.08895 is next for a test, and then the supply zone. Nothing is going on here. We are below 50 periods moving average. Momentum is almost flat. 54 points means that we are still above the level of 50, but let me just say it loudly, this is not really impressive. This is not even something that we should lie our eyes on, because it's so weak. So we're coming off the extremely overbought conditions. We went down, then we bounced. Kind of a nice momentum. Nevertheless, we are back towards the neutral market conditions. So it's all about the breakout on the euro dollar again, because we got the data from the Australia. Let's take a look at the Australian dollar. We all remember this very nice movement here inside of the channel. We broke above 6,650. Now this is our technical support. The market tested it once when the market made, let me just move this to the actual data. So we made about, oh come on, let me just move it. Okay, we made about, let's say, 1% of the correction, which is in line with the previous corrections, 1.84, 1.37. Then we attempted to go higher again on a lower momentum, and now the market is back to the technical support, and it's back to the lower channel boundary. Let me just make this boundary a little bit, let me say a little bit more visible. There you go. So very, very, very interesting point, I would say crucial point. Let me just mark it for you what I mean. This is the crucial point, the crucial level, because it's supposed to act as a very nice strong technical support. Now we should move higher, but with this kind of a momentum, 47 points doesn't actually looks that well, because if we break below the technical support, we are out of the channel and we're heading towards the this is 100 periods moving average 6,614. So we will definitely spike to the downside here with the momentum as well, and then we can go even lower. So very tricky situation on the Australian dollar. Please stay focused, stay vigilant what is going on there. If we talk about the Australian dollar, let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. Now that situation is different because we got this bad tick here on this kind of chart. So this is a 4-hour chart. Let me just switch to daily, but maybe the view will be better. No, it won't. Let's go back to the 4-hour chart. Okay, let's just move here, and now okay, it looks much more comfortable to watch. So that's the switch. There you go. And what's going on here, it's quite similar what we have on the Aussie, because if we got this, well, I'm using the standard channel settings. So this is my channel. Basically, I just want to see whether this market moves inside of the channel just as the Australian dollar. It looks like it moves inside of the channel, and it looks pretty nice. So again, momentum down to the level of 50, but we are not even in the close to the lower channel line. Moreover, what we are going to do right now is to basically test this line. I guess this is the technical support 6,043. So that's the next one, very, very close to the 100 periods moving average 6,032. So doesn't look bad for bulls just yet, but there is no momentum. There is no momentum on this market yet. No upside momentum, obviously. So the market looks like it lacks the level of the 6,135 would be the swing high for this situation. If we break below 6,090 pips, then this zone will be covered down towards the 6,038, and we will break down below the level of 50 on the RSI, which means we enter the negative territory. Okay, last one for today from the Forex is US dollar to the Canadian dollar 4-hour chart, and that's a very interesting situation because what we see here is actually, let me just take the extended line. There you go. What I want to show you guys is this, let's say this kind of a setup, and let's say it's a very thick orange line, which you know that I'm marking my trend lines. So we are still trading below this trend line. Moreover, we are trading below 100 periods moving average on a 4-hour chart, and somewhere around the 50 periods moving average on the 4-hour chart. But what is most interesting here is that we broke below this level, 1.3609, and that was very nice technical support. So that used to be technical support. Let me just mark it green again, and this is the level 1.3631, which was the technical support as well. Now we broke it and made a new low at let's say 1.3589. So there is like a kind of a new zone, which is definitely skewed to the downside. Do you know what I mean? The pressure coming from the bears to make a new low sooner or later. So all of this with new low here below 1.3589, all of these levels will switch to the resistance, and we will test eventually 1.3546 and 1.3477 sooner or later, because the pressure is to the downside on the US dollar to the Canadian dollar. Last but not least, Bitcoin. coin, and the Bitcoin is rallying just as expected. So on the 4-hour chart, what do we see here is that we hit our first target of the supply zone. Let me just there you go. We broke above the crucial technical resistance. As I said, we tested, then the breakout, and when we broke it, the bulls on the Bitcoin take no prisoners, straight on back towards the 70. This is 71, I guess, $71,660. Now, what do you see here? This is not this arrow is not important anymore. Now what you see here, we are switching the sides. So now these levels here are the technical support, and the market is trending higher towards the very important supply zone. And if we break above this supply zone, next target for bulls is $75,000. Next immediate target for bulls on Bitcoin is $75,000. Market conditions on the 4-hour chart are extremely overbought. Nevertheless, please notice that if we start to trade like this, we got very good assumption to say that this is the wave 3. So what I want to tell you guys is that the current situation on a Bitcoin, it looks like the uptrend resumption. We got the wave 1, we got the correction in the wave 2, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves to the upside. Wave 3 is not the shortest one. We need some kind of a pullback, and up we go in wave 5. Right, so that's the schedule, that's the scenario for the Bitcoin, and it should be a valid one as long as the high of the wave 1 is 65,173 is not clearly violated. So this scenario is valid until then. That's everything for me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.